Did you know that Romania is in the top 3 countries in Europe where you can benefit from medical treatments very fast, very accessible, and right now Dentaline Clinic will come up on the other markets in other countries in Europe. We are here in Bucharest, Romania at Dentaline Clinic that will host us, me and my guests Craig, for a discussion about patience, about confidence, about the way to how to choose a very good health treatment. What's keeping you busy nowadays, and what's your main activity like?
I think the main things that keep me busy is work. Got a very busy lifestyle. Run my own business back in the UK in property, so that takes up quite a lot of time. But outside of that, I enjoy keeping fit, going to the gym, kickboxing, sociably we like to travel, see new places. So yeah, busy lifestyle.
A busy, beautiful lifestyle, I would say.
Yeah, it's trying to find balance. That's the key.
Have you found it? It seems like yes.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I think it's like with anything. I think you have to be organised, prepare. But yeah, it can be difficult. It's challenging at times. It's very easy just to work.
You know what's interesting now for me is like it's really hard and really difficult to be organized in a chaotic world.
Mm-hmm.
It's chaos outside, if you see it, and you inside to be organized. How you do this?
Well, recently, which has helped, I've just taken up with an online coach, which has put some discipline and some structure around what I'm doing. Because at first it was very easy just to sort of say, well, I haven't got time to do that. I haven't got time to go to the gym. But it's all about mindset. And if you're not in the right mindset, then you're not going to be able to do it. But having that sort of structure, like weekly, I have to do a check-in, and you obviously report in, and you get feedback. And and what I have found is in that hectic lifestyle, having that structure and being able to do these things and go to the gym and keep fit, mentally, I'm a lot better to deal with stress.
You're having also a very strictly diet. So?
Yes. Which was hard because I love food, love eating out, love going to restaurants.
Who doesn't love food? You're in the right place here in Romania to try the maximum you can have in taste in this side of Europe, let's say it like.
Yeah, I mean, since I've been to Romania, 4 or 5 times now. There's been some really nice restaurants. Had some good recommendations.
Believe me, Craig, you're in the right place for good recommendations. Also, what's interesting for me that it seems you're a busy guy. It seems you have a lot of passions. You are living life very nice. You are organized, as you said, and also you travel. But also you have courage to come in a foreign country to benefit from some medical treatments.
Yeah.
And what was the trigger for this? How did you approach our country and came here to Dentaline and pick the team of the doctors from here?
Yeah, so it's I've had dental issues from being younger, from being little. Back in the UK, sort of when I was, 7, 8, 9, which was 80s. I think there was a I don't understand it fully, but as far as I'm aware, there was a common issue around dentistry at that time, and they used to remove quite a lot of teeth.
We have the same thing here, yeah.
Okay, and some of the teeth that were removed were secondary teeth, so it's left me with a lot of sort of gaps at the back, and I've never been fully confident around my smile, and it's kind of held me back a little bit. So it's something in adult life that I wanted to have a look at and to improve on and to get rectified. Obviously, in terms of affordability and things, when I was younger, it's not really something that I was able to do. So now that I am, sort of in a position to be able to look to have that done. So a few years ago, I did briefly start looking into it, and I heard sort of different places in Europe and things could potentially be an option, because this sort of cosmetic side of things in the UK, there's not that much. There is availability, but it's not like a massive thing. And back home, access to dentists for quite a while, like the NHS, there was massive waiting lists and things to have just general treatment done. So I think a lot of people have suffered through that period because they've not been having regular checkups and things. So obviously that creates more problems. And to go private, it can be quite expensive, sort of for the average person. So how this came about was by chance. It was by recommendation. It was by somebody I know back home that introduced me to somebody that is actually from Romania. The conversation wasn't even around this. It was for something completely different. And we were just chatting and said, what's your background? And he was like, oh, I'm a dentist originally from Bucharest. I was like, oh, that's interesting. I was considering having certain things done, and said, well, actually, you could go over there. And anyway, the long story short of that was there was an introduction, and I...
Then you have started to digging.
Yeah, well, it kind of planted a seed in my mind. Didn't act on it straight away, but I thought, you know what? I felt comfortable because it was a recommendation, and I basically had taken his number and I followed it and said, look, I am interested in this. Can we have a conversation? What would it look like to be able to go out there? I'm quite happy to go for an initial consultation and see. So that was arranged. I just booked the flights and obviously came out here. That first time, yes, there was a bit of anxiety around it. I'm going somewhere I don't know, not really know much about Romania at all. So I was a little bit nervous about coming out. But as soon as I got here, like coming here, obviously it was so easy, staying literally upstairs. So yeah, and from the moment I came into here, the very first time I was greeted, like everybody was friendly, welcoming, felt at ease straight away, discussed the potential treatment plan. Nothing felt forced or pressured either. It was very easy.
Smooth and natural.
Yes.
But for you and for other friends like you have back in the UK and for other people that will watch us now, how important are the reviews of a clinic? Like was in your case also, you have reading all the reviews about the clinic.
Yeah, I mean, I think reviews are a massive thing. I mean, not obviously just in this industry, for even my own business, people are constantly looking at reviews and they want that sort of social proof that, that's okay. So yeah, reviews are very important.
So you actually know the real value of a review. Like to appreciate a review. So when we came on reviews on Google about Dentaline, you have seen the reviews and you said,
completely.
It has value.
and I think, from my own experience in my own business, where people leave reviews, people don't leave reviews lightly for positive. They're quite happy to, if they've had a bad experience, to go on there and leave a bad review. But to get a good review and people actually take the time and do it, if they've put a good review on there, it means something.
So looking back to the treatment plan that you had, how did you feel it at the very first beginning when we came and discussing with the team of the doctors here at Dentaline? How did you feel about the timing, the entire treatment plan?
Yeah, so I mean, as I say, when the initial consultation, it wasn't pressured, it was explained, expectations were set, And I think if you listen to what the doctors are telling you and the advice that you're being given, and you follow that, then you're not going to go wrong. And the things that sort of stay in my mind from that first consultation was that, you know, the primary objective is my own health of my teeth. Yeah, you know, the cosmetic side of it, yeah, that's great.
It's secondary.
But it's secondary.
Yeah.
You know, we want longevity out of it. We want a better quality of life from this, and that is the number one priority. And I think that, you know, set a degree of confidence. It put me at ease. It wasn't just about getting you in and, you know, looking like having celebrity teeth or whatever it is.
This period of the year, how do you find it here in Romania for people that they want to travel, they want to also benefit from medical treatment, and if it's a proper period for a foreigner to come in Romania, to come even at Dentaline to benefit from a treatment plan, what period of the year would you choose?
Well, to be fair, I can give my own experience because I've come at different times of the year.
That's
so
what I'm asking.
Originally I came in January, which obviously it's colder, but you know, that experience was great. It was the first time here. We got to explore obviously a little bit of the sort of old town, had some meals and restaurants out, discovered Ferme, which I think is quite a big attraction now. I know back home I've heard a lot of people talking about that, and they're coming out here purely to go to the spa, which, you know, it is incredible. And to go to there in the winter, you know, it was cold outside, and I remember sipping a cocktail, sat outside watching the sun go down, steam coming off. Had a really nice time. Equally, being in the summer, obviously you can do some more of the, you know, general activities, going a little bit further afield. Went up into the mountains. Was it the famous Top Gear Road?
Yeah, Transfiguration,
yeah,
Transalpine roads.
Yeah, I actually did that because I came on my own that time, and I decided to
go and explore.
It was a really good trip. So yeah, I mean, there's plenty to do and plenty to see.
No matter the period of the year.
No matter what period of the year. Each time we've come, we've done something slightly different, had a different experience. But yeah, it's you're coming out here obviously for a purpose, but also it gives you a little bit of a break, a bit of downtime. I've even come out here, I think for the longest stint last time I came, which was a couple of weeks, had a bit of sightseeing, a bit of downtime, obviously had my treatment done. I even worked from here for a couple of days.
I'm watching you, and the next step is to move in Romania. Would you ever consider to move in Romania, to relocate in the future?
I wouldn't say never. There's certainly benefits out here. I find it's a little bit maybe slower pace of life compared to the UK, where back home everything just seems to be 100 mile an hour and stressed, whereas here, I mean, obviously I'm only going on my own experience. You know, things do seem a little bit calmer. People don't feel so tearing around 100 mile an hour. I don't know, it seems a bit more chilled out here.
But regarding the medical culture, what surprised you the most here in Romania?
I think how modern everything is. So if I compare to back home, like the dentists and things back home, yeah, they're generally okay. But here, my first impression was, wow, you know, this is really modern. The equipment, the technology, it's all, like, in my opinion, like the latest. So I was really impressed by that.
And about the doctors, how did you feel the energy? We are Balkan people, we are much more relaxed. We like sometimes to have jokes, but also really serious and engaged to the procedure.
Yeah, I think there was a good balance of that. I think I was well informed, but at the same time during the treatment, I did feel like things were a little bit more relaxed. Like, you've got music on, like, they're human beings. You know, you're not just here and you made to feel comfortable.
So in this country, we talk about having a slow life. We are trying, at least some of us, to having a slow life, to live much more in quiet, in peace, to be organized, to enjoy life, to enjoy food, friends, dinners outside, but also to enjoy a slow process and a slow dentistry like was in this case. What were your expectations about probably the time, the cost, everything that includes this theory like slow dentistry?
Yeah, I mean, I think, again, going back to the initial consultation, in terms of expectations were set from the start. So I knew what the timescales were from step 1 to step 2 to step 3. To a certain extent, that was within my control as well. So I could go to the minimum and say, right, okay, the next step minimum could be 3 months, or you could come back in 6 months. I purposely chose not to rush it because I wanted to make sure that, things had healed, things had going the right way, and that we're on track to achieve the outcome that I want. There was no rush really with that. If that took a year to achieve that, well, that's absolutely fine. And I think the main thing with this, by following that advice, I know, what's been done so far, I'm more than happy with. Really happy with the outcome. And I think sometimes if you rush things, because there are decisions you've got to make along the way, in my instance, like, for example, what shade of teeth do I want? What do I want them to look like? I mean, it's completely different to where I was at the beginning to where I am now, and it's not finished, and already I've gained so much more confidence with it. People have noticed as well, like, you look more confident. So yeah, there's massive sort of advantages to the whole process.
So I can't wait to see the final results. I'm really eager to see it. So in a way, patience builds confidence, like was your case, like.
Yeah.
No? Looking about what you're practicing, you said you're practicing kickboxing.
Yep.
Kickboxing is a very disciplined sport activity. It runs you to have a lot of patience, to know when to kick and to make your next move, and how to think about your next move. So what are the parallels between kickboxing as a fun, pleasure activity and the medical process that you chose?
Again, I think having some discipline around the expectations that have been set with it, following the advice, so like the instruction that you would get from a coach, like within kickboxing or in sport. I think with anything, if you listen to what you've been told, and I liken this to my online coach that I've taken on recently, and he said to me right at the very beginning, if you follow the plan to the letter, you will achieve the results.
The final results.
Yeah. If you deviate from it or you don't commit to it, then we're not going to get, or it will take longer. So again, with it's there is symmetry with it, and there is an alignment with it, and I think it's just following the advice of the professionals.
What would you tell? I'm very curious. What would you tell to someone, like was in your case? Let's say he delayed the process, or she delayed the process because of the fear, probably because of fear of an unknown. In your case, unknown country, unknown services, unknown medical treatment plans, and so on. What would you tell to that person?
I think if anybody's considering it, I mean, certainly for here, I mean, my own experience has only been positive. I think anybody that's worried about it, just take that first step and, just make an inquiry. You're not committing to anything. The whole process is easy. It is straightforward, but I do also understand, from going to a foreign country, it's the fear of the unknown. It's expectations of things that may or may not happen. But yeah, just take the plunge and just make an inquiry. And you'll find it's easy.
It's really easy, and it's really enjoyable. As you said, you go to visit some places, come here in Romania, have a few week or two maybe of relaxing time, enjoying the beauties of this country, and also to discover that we are in top 3 in Europe regarding medical services, like in dentistry.
Yeah, and I think as well, you know, because obviously I know I was informed before coming out here, obviously there's EU regulation and things, so you know that sort of made me feel more confident that there is regulation, and you know you're not just going to come out there and come back looking odd. So yeah, I think anybody considering it, you know, just go for it. Once you've been out the first time, you know, all those anxieties and things just go. Yeah. And it's so accessible. I mean, like Stansted Airport, I mean, there's literally something like 3 flights a day. It's very affordable. The flights are very cheap. And the treatment, you know, in comparison to what this would be at home, is considerably cheaper. But what you're receiving, the care of it and the treatment out here, in my opinion, is probably better than what I've received at home. And yeah, it's a fraction of the cost.
How much you make? 2 hours of flight?
3 hours.
3 hours?
Yeah.
It's like if you are catching an accident on a highway, it's much more to...
I mean, I literally left for Bucharest on Sunday. I left my house at, I don't know, 11 a.m. No, sorry, 9 a.m. I was in Stansted by 11. And 3-4 hours later, you're in Bucharest. 20 minutes from the airport. It's easy.
How important is for a guy like you to have a strong confidence, to have a strong balance of life, regarding also your business, in front of your employees, in front of your partners, in front of the entire team, and your new projects that will come? How important is this for you?
It's very important. And I think if I look back, you know, I've not always had that confidence. You know, and even now, every now and again, I kind of have to sort of give myself a bit of a push to do, you know, certain things. But I think doing this, yes, there's the cosmetic benefit, and that it has given me more confidence. But even coming out here and doing this sort of thing, like I'm out here on my own at the minute, I feel almost at home. You know, this last time I've come back out here, arrived at the same apartment, I know my way, it's just like being back at home. It's easy. People are friendly, welcoming, so yeah. So
if you ask me, in my opinion, things are very easy. Like doing this step, like for you, for me, for everybody who is doing this step, it will improve your health. This is the very first beginning, improving your health. Maybe the second one, improving the confidence in you. That confidence, you will share it with your friends, with your family, with everyone that you're going to meet.
Yeah.
And the third one, it will improve your business. Probably being much more confident in you, talking about business different, smiling in some business cases.
Yes.
It will improve at the end of the month your business, let's say. You agree with this theory?
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, because if I'm a better version of myself, I'm more confident, that's going to come across. You know, I'm going out and meeting people, I'm going out and trying to win new business, and you know, people buy people. If I'm not confident, they're not going to have the confidence in me to use my business.
Yeah,
so,
that's true. What can we do as a country to promote us more, or for Dentaline also? What can they do to be promoted much more in UK?
Well, I think, you know, just generally, where people, just talking to people in general, you know, oh, you're going to Romania, what are you going? Oh, I've had some dental work done. Every single person I speak to, they're all instantly interested. Most people, oh, actually, I've got a bit of a problem. Oh, it's hard to get in here, and it's so expensive, and people are interested in it. So, you know, and that's just general day-to-day people that I'm not trying to promote it, but people are naturally interested. So I think there's a big market for it back in the UK, and people generally don't know where to start. So I think it's more promoting it, through recommendation, sort of social media, and creating awareness. I think it's trying to get it across to people, because most average people, they want to do something, but they don't know where to begin.
So they actually need, because they had a bad past and a bad history regarding these medical treatments for their own. And I think the new generations, maybe you can tell us if the new generations in the UK are growing up with the same let's say issues that you had, and also we had here in Romania, going to those old medical clinics and the doctors will take off teeth.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think if I look back, although there was those issues early on, I do kind of in between those sort of stages. I mean, there was kind of a thing where everyone used to go for a checkup every 6 months, and it's not common now to hear people haven't seen a dentist for 2 or 3 years because the waiting lists and trying to get in. I think the problem's eased a little bit to where it was, but generally, like especially sort of NHS side of things, and every now and again, like there'll be a new practice and they'll be sort of advertising, actually we've got so many spaces for NHS, but it's quite sort of few and far between. And what I have noticed is when I sort of post-COVID, post-pandemic, it was really, really difficult to get in. If you wasn't with anybody, you had no chance. So through that sort of period, it was quite difficult for people as well. And you've got your sort of general NHS dentists, but equally, if they're not taking on, you can only go private, but you're actually seeing the same dentist, but you're paying considerably more for that. Whereas, you're coming out here, and I think it's head and shoulders above what's on offer generally back at home.
I think life in Romania is really beautiful to believe. That's why at the very first beginning I was telling you that maybe in the future you'll take the decision to move out here in Romania. Who knows? But if you'll move, you said you came here 5-6 times or so. In what area of Romania would you choose to move?
Well, I really do like Bucharest. I think it's got a nice balance of city life without being too crazy. Like back home, I do enjoy going to London. Go there quite often. I don't think I could live central London. It is full on. It's very, very fast paced. So I think here there's quite a nice balance, and you've got access to the countryside and other, sort of areas which is quite close by. So yeah, I think if I was going to choose, I'd probably come here.
In Bucharest to be easy to move around. You've been to Danube Delta?
No, we're actually going this weekend.
I'm
really looking forward to that.
Nice. How many days you'll stay?
A couple of days, just over the weekend.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Well, Craig, it's a pleasure having you here. It's a pleasure that we are admiring your courage, your way of thinking about how we should live life, how we should have confidence, how we should have patience, how we should have much more care about our health. And you are an example. That's why I'm happy to have this discussion with you. And also the team of doctors here at Dentaline, also having you here is a very beautiful moment for them to be in touch with you. So thank you very much for this discussion, and I can't wait to see the final result and for the next talk.
Yeah, thank you.